yeah, nobody knew the extent of how much I actually loved gambling.
Yeah.
Because I would look forward to it. In work, I was like, I can't wait to get into bookies. But yeah, just go for it, innit?
Go for it.
Yeah, just why not? Go for it. If you can help somebody, do it.
Experience Real podcast.
I think like loads of people like, we judge ourselves a lot harsher than you judge anyone else. Like I come out of here and I'm like, fucking hell, like, what was I on about?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? No one's going to want to listen to what I've been talking about.
Yeah.
And then like you make it like 1,000 people see it or something. It's like, well, yeah, that's nuts. Like, because
Yeah.
I never thought it would have any impact. Like, but
100%.
it's like you tackle the Ford Six Pack. Like you've got the following's building in it. Obviously, it's relating
Every day.
to people.
It's shocked me really how much it has grown, but then it shows that it's needed.
Yeah.
If it wasn't growing so much, you'd be like, like, is it that relevant? But when you deep it, you do realize how relevant, how needed. Yeah, you can't get enough of it, basically. Like Tidy Butt, I think that's awesome what they're doing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I've come across quite a few of these groups now that are doing similar things, but it's still not enough.
Yeah.
Like, if anybody is thinking about doing something similar, go for it. Like, do it.
Especially,
more people need to see it.
100%, mate. Like with you as well, it's kind of like niche in it.
Yeah.
As well, which is good.
Yeah.
Because I expect like people who play rugby and all, I'd imagine there's like a massive stigma about like being a hard bloke, innit? And
definitely, yeah.
And trying to get like that trained out of them in a way, and it's be able to open up and talk and stuff.
Yeah.
And seeing someone like yourself, I expect it's good for them to do that, innit?
I hope so. Because I've never really had many, if any, conversations with teammates about serious stuff like this. And hopefully it will make it easier for somebody to speak to their teammate and actually see how they're doing.
Yeah.
And speak on that deeper level, because it's a lot of it's a good crack, don't get me wrong, rugby, and the social side of it, but yeah, it's a lot more important to know that they're doing okay.
Yeah.
Than just have a pint with them and have a good laugh, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, because mate, like sometimes I go out with my mates and stuff, we have a laugh, we had like a great day, but then I can go home 2 hours later and be like mega depressed. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't translate, does it?
Yeah.
You can be happy in depression to a degree, can't you?
100%, yeah.
So I always think for you as well, you've obviously must have been through some sort of struggle, like I would imagine.
Yeah, it was financial stress. I've never been diagnosed with depression, but I had a gambling addiction, which got out of hand. And then when I had no money left, I was up to my eyeballs in debt. That's when I crumbled and just broke down to my fiancée. Because deep down I knew I had a problem, but I would always, because I get paid weekly, I was like, as soon as I get paid now, I'll sort it out. I'll have a win. I'll get back on track. And it just didn't happen until I just kept going down and down and down. But the one day I broke down to Gabby was the best day that happened to me, really. And as soon as I stopped gambling, everything was just better again, really. I could manage my finances. It was a struggle, because even now, I can walk past the bookies and I'll think, oh, fucking hell, I'd love a little dabble in there now. But
still want to do it, still
yeah,
got
still get the urge, but then I see the bigger picture now and I'm like, it's not worth it. Like that 20 minutes of adrenaline or that little buzz, it's just not worth it. And from my experience, if I had a win, all that would mean is I would gamble more the next day. So I would never really win. I would just raise the stakes. But it was everyday thing.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
I could see how you get into it, because I got into this like a stage of going in and I'd like stick 20 quid on like the roulette machines in there. Not even like betting on a sport or something. Yeah. It's not educated betting. It's just like...
That's what I was doing, was the roulette on the machines and the slots.
Yeah.
So at one point, me and my best friend, we'd meet each other there after work every day, just spin everything we could, really. And then we were like, no, we need to chill out a bit now on this. It's getting a bit ridiculous. So we did for a week or two, and then I started going on my own. And then I had a nice win, and then it just snowballed then. And every day I'd go into the bookies, have a spin, lose, just try and get my hands on whatever cash I could to go in there to try and win back.
That's mad, man, isn't it?
That's awful. And the thing with gambling as well, it's so glamorised, especially in sport. Like half-time, any rugby, football game, or any sport basically is a gambling advert, which it just shows how common it is. But a lot of people actually are addicted, but don't want to accept it.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you actually accept the fact that you're addicted and then take action, you'll be so much happier for it.
Yeah, just know where you are, innit? It's got to be a constant stressor when things are going wrong.
Awful. Like, I had payday loans, owed my friends, my family money, all for nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm working, getting paid for rugby, and all this money is going into a fucking machine, and I'm getting nothing
nuts,
out of
isn't
it. Yeah, just for a little adrenaline buzz. But yeah, I'm glad I've sorted that now. And
I'm glad as well, mate. Yeah, that's. I didn't expect to be talking about that. I didn't have a clue about that. That's mad.
Yeah. That's. But I've not been diagnosed with depression or anything. And yeah, just gambling addiction and financial stress is what I've been through. And yeah.
But the thing is, though, there's probably a time where it was getting you down and getting you
daily.
Like in that place, isn't it?
I was going loopy. Like when you've just lost your week's wage in half hour, when you got debt up to your eyeballs, you go in and you just put a pillow over your head and you're just thinking, oh, what have I done?
Yeah.
Why have I done that? And you do the same again then the next day. It's
rinse and repeat, like
yeah, literally. And I think I was in the rut for coming up to about a year. But I was gambling for 4 years, but not as intensely as I was for the last year.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely. The best thing I'd done was speak to my fiance about it, self-exclude, so I couldn't go there. Yeah, and then ever since that, then first 2 or 3 weeks, I found quite easy because it was so raw, and I was like, nah, I can do this. After that, then I was kind of getting a buzz for it back. I was like, oh, if I went in, just done a little 20, it won't hurt. But Gabby, she was good as gold. She helped me.
Mate, that's class. Yeah. That's what you need, isn't it? You need someone 100%. To keep you on the path. Because
I definitely needed it, because I obviously wasn't very strong-willed. Otherwise, I would have walked out the bookies fucking 4 years ago and thought, not going to get addicted to that.
Yeah, it's easier said than done, though, isn't it? These things, like you don't expect them to creep up on you, do you? You said, it's proper glamorized. Like I see it all the time, is because you see like fighters and stuff, don't you? When they got their own podcasts and all, they're like, I'd say like 80% of them are sponsored by like Bet DSI, this, that, and the other. In it, it's all like betting. A bet on this fighter this weekend, get 10% off. It's all like little ways to attract you in it.
Yeah, 100%. And if you haven't signed up before, if you're a new customer, they give you all these great deals, and you'll probably have a couple of wins, and you'll think, oh, this is great, and then before you know it, you're just trapped. And yeah, it's not a good route to go down. If you are going down it, have a good look at yourself, and if you think that is bad news, do something about it before it's too late, because it can easily be too late very quickly.
Yeah, I could imagine, like, because it's that long lasting effect as well. Like I would imagine, like, I don't know how deep you got in depth with it, but I was talking to a lad who's going to come on at some point. He was like addicted to gambling. I don't know if you've seen him. What's his name? Adam something or other. He's like over Facebook as well a lot, and it's just mad. Like it'll hit your credit score. Like like now the position you're in with your missus, you don't want to like not be able to get the house you want. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of elements.
It took me about a year and a half to completely clear all debts. My old man helped me a bit, but my credit score was bad. It was really bad.
How do you recover from something like that?
Yeah, well, basically, I just had to take it week by week, and just break my finances down to the penny, and live on a budget, and literally just go through the process. But the process is, I'm grateful for it now, because I learned quite a lot of good from that bad mistake of gambling.
Yeah, I think that's the key to take from it, isn't it? Like, I think sometimes you see people who've been in like shit situations, when they turn it around, they become like a better person for it, don't they?
100%, yeah.
And you can probably recognize now, whether it's gambling, like, or if you started drinking a bit more, you probably like, oh, it's that same kind of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably see it creeping in a bit more now.
Yeah, and I'm lucky, Gab, I think she'll point it out as well. So if I do start going off the tracks on anything, yeah, hopefully I'll be able to pick it up now and not go so intense on it.
Yeah, because there's a big like drink culture in rugby as well in there. I don't know if it's like the same at your level you're playing at. Or?
Yeah, still love a pint, but I'm quite lucky. I don't really enjoy drink.
Yeah.
But I'll go out. I'll have a good sesh, like. But yeah, normally just on a Saturday after a game. When I was playing rugby union in the Prem, it was a lot more local. So
Yeah.
I would have a lot more drinks there. But now we're playing in Llanelli, so it's quite tricky to have a pint, organise a lift home.
Yeah, a bit of a track for you, like.
Yes, yeah, we're from all over where we play now.
Yeah. How long have you been playing for them?
It's going into my third year. It is.
Yeah.
Third season. But in the first season, I broke my arm, which finished my season that year. And then last year we played, I think it was 2 games, and then COVID came in, so the season was written off.
Yeah.
But we've recruited really well this year, and I'm really buzzing to get going this year. Yeah, got a rugby bug back,
Yeah.
which I'm
Starting back this weekend, is it?
a week Sunday. Our
Sunday.
first game is, which it'll be a tough one against Widnes. That's on BBC, which will be quite cool to play on TV.
Yeah.
But I think we'll be all right. I think we'll go well.
Yeah, mate. Oh, it's just got to be a nice relief just to like be able to go and do what you love again, next.
Yeah, well, we're really lucky because we've been back training since Christmas time.
Yeah.
They're giving us COVID tests every Tuesday, which is good. But yeah, as soon as we had that first session back, it's just like normality for me. And this year was the longest I've ever had out of rugby, which was strange, but a blessing in a way, because I would never have set Tackle Your Thoughts up. So yeah, it's good and bad from the situation.
Yeah,
really.
it's obviously going well. And do you get many like players reach out to you?
Yeah, quite a lot of rugby players actually. More of support, saying well done, is really good what you're doing, which is nice, but really want to get to the people that are actually struggling, and then try and help them.
Yeah.
Speak to whatever professional they need to. So yeah, it's definitely having an effect in rugby community.
Yeah.
which is positive.
Yeah, it's just spreading it out there, and just so they know it's there, isn't it? Really, when they need it, because like I think as well, when you're really, really low, it's hard to actually ask as well sometimes, isn't it? That's the thing which needs to be like broken down, isn't it?
Takes so much courage to ask for help.
Yeah.
But it's the best thing you can do. I think I'm no professional, but I'll encourage anybody if you're struggling to speak up. Speak to a professional and get the help you need, and take the action you need to do to get yourself right.
Yeah, I think so. But yeah, like even like when I've been low, you know, I've got to the point where I've like had the conversation with my missus or whatever, where I'm like, I feel like I probably should.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, like I haven't. Do you know what I mean? I haven't been to see someone and stuff. That was a while ago now, but yeah, you kind of always want to like believe you can get yourself out of it, can't you? And that's like, it could go one or two ways from there, can't it? And like you could either be that person who can, or not even be that person who can, because I think like it just depends what happens, doesn't it? And like the situation, you could be the toughest person in the world, doesn't mean you're not capable of getting in that place.
Yeah. I think it's important to have that courage to speak to somebody close to you, even if you're not close, even if you don't want to speak to somebody close to you, have that courage. Take the first step and speak to somebody about it, because there's a lot of people that want to help you, like whoever you are.
Yeah,
there's people that will help you, and if you need help, get it, take it.
I think so, because like sometimes I think like if one of my mates was struggling and they come and spoke to me, you'd go out your way to help them, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
and I think like most people have got that around them if they really look at it, but you kind of go all tunnel vision and think, nah, it's my problem. Like I don't want to burden.
You don't want to put the burden on somebody else, which is often the case. But that person you feel you don't want to put the burden on will help you.
They want to carry that for you, don't they?
100%, yeah. They want to be there for you, and yeah. Before Tackle Your Thoughts, I probably wasn't the friend that my closest friends would come to if they're having problems or down days or whatever. But it's brought out a side in me which I'm dead proud of, to be honest, because I've got my closest of friends who I've grown up with who speak to me about things we wouldn't necessarily talk about before, which I'm really happy about that. So
you've opened yourself up as like
100%.
You can speak to me, and you've done it like on a public level as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
It's not like, oh yeah, you can speak to me, mate. It's like, no, you literally can.
You really can.
Yeah, because that's hard as well to come by, innit?
Yeah.
I've started like with a lot of boys this year. Like I go out running with like a couple of mates, like different times of the week and stuff. And it's really weird, like when you're getting like high of running, and like it's like one-on-one. That's like a counselling session for me. You're just talking, like, and you end up getting like really deep. And like this, to be honest, this for me is like my mental health sport, I reckon, because I come in here, you chat with people, and you get so much out.
100%. And that's what Gabby said to me as well. Since I've set Tackle Your Thoughts up, it's helped me as much as I want to help people. And I couldn't agree more, really, because it's given me a drive that I didn't know I had. I just work in the steelworks, down south of steelworks. It's not really a job that you get job satisfaction from, but doing Tackle Your Thoughts and just having one message off a friend, an ex-teammate, or just a complete stranger, just gives you that little smile and that little boost of positivity that you need. And I'm just loving the whole process of it, really. And
it does only take that one thing. Then if someone messages me, who I don't know they were watching before, where then that was great. Like I took this from that, or made me get out and do that extra run, or like just give you that boost. That's like it's working. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
this is what I want to do. Like this is and it kind of realigns you to like this is why we're doing it. Because sometimes, like I've had lulls where like you don't hear off anyone for it, and you're like, I'm plugging away. Is it working? Is it having the effect?
Yeah.
And sometimes, like for you, I expect every now and then you need someone to say, you are doing something positive, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice to have that little tap on the shoulder saying, keep going, what you're doing is good. Definitely. I just want to take it to the next level sort of thing. And just be more help, really. Yeah.
So, like, what's the long-term goal with it? Do you think it's going to, like, because I know there's obviously a couple of routes to go with it, and are you just going to carry on as you are, or have you got other plans?
What we want to do, we want to try and provide at least one mental health first aider at every sports club, gym, school, business, as many as we can, basically. And we want to be able to provide that. So we're going to try and go down that route of how we do it. It's still so early in the process, and I haven't got a clue. Like I'm lost, but luckily I've got 3 other lads on now, which have been brilliant, and hopefully they'll be able to drive it and help me reach that goal, basically.
Mate, I think that's class as well, because schools and stuff, I don't know, when I was in school, probably the same as you, like mental health isn't talked about like it is now, is it? Like, I don't even feel like it was a thing until I was like 22.
Yeah.
which like I'm 26 now, so that's like 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't even know it was like a thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and even if you heard the subject of mental health, I just brush under the carpet and think nothing of it and just carry on my day as normal. But absolutely, the last 12 to 18 months, the mental health subject has rightly so become a lot more common.
Used to think it was like just people who were like full blown in the straitjacket, like, wasn't it? I don't know, like
basically.
If someone said like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, they got like this, that, or the other, you're like, fucking hell.
Yeah, their head's gone, whoa.
Yeah.
But in reality, so everybody's going through their own struggles on whatever level they are.
And it's silent as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I know that from like the thoughts I had going on in my head compared to what I was telling people, like people would never know.
Yeah.
You know, you can like, you're like a lockbox, do you know what I mean? It's really...
and you only give the information to people, certain information. You don't... It's so hard to fully speak out how you actually genuinely feel.
Yeah.
And if you can find somebody you're willing to open up to on that level, then that's good.
Yeah.
That's what most people need.
And I ask you this because this is how I felt about feeling like depressed. Like I want to like kind of turn it around to ask you about, did you feel like embarrassed about like your gambling problem? Was that
terrible? Yeah, 100%. Like really embarrassed, and that's what's prevented me from speaking to Gabby about it a long time ago, because she knew I'd gamble, but nowhere near to the extent I was actually gambling.
Yeah.
And it's pure embarrassment why I didn't speak to her before that, because it is embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're addicted to gambling. I was in denial, didn't want to speak about it. If anybody asked me about it, no, it's all right. I'd just brush it under the carpet.
I won one this week.
Yeah, I'm flying this week. I had a good day today. I would see friends coming in and out the bookies. If I was having a bad day and I was losing, I just wouldn't even look at them. I just be in a little horrible little world, just gambling away until I got money back. Or if I had a good day, if I was a few quid up and they come in, I'd be like, hey, what's happening? Be full of life, and just an emotional roller coaster, really, which is just not a good balance for anybody.
No, you got to try and keep it like level, innit?
Yes.
And like you're probably doing so much right. As in, like, you're training, you're probably nutrition's pretty good, do you know what I mean? You're like a pro athlete. Yeah. And then, like, you got this side little thing, which is like your guilty pleasure, innit, I suppose.
That's exactly what it was. And, nobody knew the extent of how much I actually loved gambling. Yeah. Because I would look forward to it. In work, I was like, I can't wait to get in the bookies. And nobody had a clue, because then I would turn up to training, have a crack with the boys, focus on rugby for an hour or two, then I'd be in work, and just going through normal routine. But then as soon as I could get in the bookies, I'd be in there spinning, going mad. Yeah. And it's not a nice cycle to be in, to be honest.
No, it's the same thing as like, it's not drugs, because it's not having a physical effect, but having that mental effect. It's the same thing, isn't it? It's all addiction. It's all
definitely.
You got that something inside of you, which is like, you're trying to, I don't know, like replace it with something on you. It's like, I don't know, it's like self-sabotage, really, isn't it?
Yeah, you're just chasing a little buzz. And like I said earlier, I don't think it was even for the money, because if I had a good win, I would just go in the next day and I'd have two machines on the go, and I'd just be auto spin now and auto spin now, and I'd run back and forth and just hope for a bonus. And
it's like me with food, that is. I'm like, honestly, mate, I go out running like 5-6 times a week. At one point, I was like training every day as well, like weights as well as running. And like, oh man. And then I'd go and eat like absolute shit. I'd like consume more calories than I just burnt for the last hour, like out running. Yeah. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like just self-sabotage, isn't it?
It's hard to keep a balanced diet though, isn't it? Yeah. I'm a grubber. I got a sweet tooth me, yeah. I like my food. Yeah,
me too, mate. It's like, it's a killer, like. So I just can't keep away from it. Like I'm like, and I'm not the type of person who can like go down the garage, get a pack of biscuits, come home and have like two.
Oh, do you know what I mean? Once you open a pack, game over.
It's all gone. And then at the end, I'm like, fuck, what did I do that for? It's like that same feeling you have when you just spent all your money, like, fuck, what?
Yeah.
Well, not as bad.
Bad times.
Yeah.
Bad times.
But you're out with it anyway, that's the main thing.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, if I can encourage somebody who is gambling, because there's bound to be a lot of people, hopefully somebody who's watching this, if you are gambling extensively, speak to somebody, knock it on the head. There literally is only one winner.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Especially when you're in that cycle of, like, I don't know, what extent is, like, acceptable, isn't it? It's like...
Yeah, it's like if you can't afford to lose it, don't gamble it, which I know is one of the slogans, like, when the fun stops, stop. But, yeah, you know within yourself, like, if you have a good look at yourself and you're completely honest with yourself, you know if you're taking a piss, gambling too much, you know. Do
you think, like, there should be a bit more responsibility on, like, the owners of the bookies or, like, the people behind the counter to go, this person probably isn't in a good enough place to do this? Do you know what I mean? Like, should they be... Possibly,
but it's so easy to mask it up, cover it up. Yeah, like, I would know all the people who worked in the local bookies in Caerphilly, and yeah, they probably wouldn't be able to tell how deep or how much it was actually affecting me. 'Cause some days I'd go out to bookies and I'd just get under the pillow and I'd just be like, fuck, what? Why would I do that?
Yeah.
And they would have no idea because I'd have a smile on my face in front of them, and as soon as you leave then you're like, fucking hell, why?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's not really down to them, is it? I suppose
if they can identify it and if they can speak to you, I think they should.
Yeah.
But yeah, the ownership is on yourself, really.
Yeah. You'll find another way as well, wouldn't you? I'm not being funny.
You'll
like,
go to a different bookie.
You go online or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many bookies, so many options to gamble. Yeah, if you want to gamble, you'll gamble.
Yeah, it's a scary thing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
What's the most you'd lost in a day, would you say?
In a day, I've lost over £2,000.
Yeah.
Which is a hell of a lot for me. But in a day, I've also won over £2,000. So, yeah.
The ups and downs.
I had so many more losses and wins. So many more. And I would enjoy the win for 16 hours, and I'd be straight back in the bookies gambling it. And yes.
I had Andy Powell in, and obviously he talked a bit about his gambling.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's got a problem or whatever. He didn't go that deep, but he talked a lot about, like, the big wins he'd had, but I'm sure he's probably had some big losses if he's having.
No doubt. Absolutely. If you enjoy your gambling, you've had a few good wins. You've certainly had a few bad losses. 100%.
Because to get that bigger win, you're obviously putting big money down, like, aren't you?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and yeah, the losses they come in thick and fast, and you don't even appreciate the win when they do come.
You don't talk about the losses. I expect when you're, like, in that spiral, do you? It's like, I don't want to tell people about the losses. Like,
yeah, just brush it under the carpet, forget about it. Tomorrow I'll go back again. It'll be my day tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'll have a nice win. I'll get the money back that I lost today, and then you go in tomorrow and you lose the money, and it's
crazy. It's just a cycle, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's just a cycle. So, obviously, like, with rugby, there's quite a big thing going on at the minute, isn't there? With, like, brain injuries and stuff. Is it, like, something?
Yeah, concussions
seem to be, like, more focus on that now, isn't there?
Yeah, it is, which is a good thing, because these rugby players now, they're machines.
Yeah.
Every collision is a big collision, and your training 100 mile an hour is a lot. I only play part time, but if it was full time, I'd imagine a lot more impacts on a regular basis. Wouldn't be too good for the brain. But I'm lucky. I haven't really suffered any bad head injuries.
Yeah.
So I can't really speak of experience, but there is a lot of ex-pros now coming out saying that they're having effects now from playing, which is obviously not good for them, but it's good to bring light on the subject.
We don't want,
get
like,
more knowledge, more information, and try and avoid it, really, if possible.
You don't want to just keep rolling on and trying to ignore the problem, do you? Because I see, like, in American football, I don't know if you've seen, like, the Netflix documentary out about Aaron Hernandez. Have you seen that? He was like...
I think I did a while ago.
Yeah, I was a while ago as well. Like, it's probably when it first came out, but that was, like, intense watching that. And they reckon a lot of it was to do with, like, the CT, from the brain injuries he had from getting hit all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm not saying, like, everyone's going to go ahead to do this, but he went on and, like, killed a load of people because you just, like, lose something in your brain and you just flip, like, and just changes the person that you are. So it's the same in, like, fighting it, but it's at what point do you stop, and it's being accountable to yourself with that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure which fighter said it, but your head's not there to get hit.
No, it's not designed for it. Like,
no. So if rugby can, I don't know, try and reduce the risk, maybe is only going to be a good thing for the players that are playing the game.
Yeah. How do you think that could happen? Like, through, I suppose would it be through training? Because you can't really alter the game, can you?
I don't have the answers for that.
Yeah.
Luckily for me, I'm out on the edge on the wing, so I tend not to have these big collisions that these big boys in the middle do have.
Yeah.
But, I'm not too sure how they could go about it, because ultimately it's a contact sport, and
I suppose the way to look at it is the same way as fighting. Is you're going in there and as long as you're aware of the risk you're taking, it's down to you, really, isn't it, to a degree?
Yeah,
I would imagine.
I agree, yeah.
Like, if you got hit big, you could get knocked out.
Yeah.
And you've kind of got to take that on board when you turn up to play, haven't you?
Yeah, and I do know how the knock-on effects that could happen, but I still choose to train and play. I think I would anyway, but that's just me.
It's if the benefits outweigh the negatives for you, isn't it?
For me personally, yeah. Like, rugby is my escape, my happy place. Look forward to training, love getting to training, love throwing the ball about. And then the game day buzz then, just go to competition, do your best to win, and hopefully celebrate with a win then with your teammates.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty big thing for me in my life, like.
Yeah. So, how old are you, if you don't mind me asking? I'm
28.
28?
Yeah, 28 now.
How long do you see yourself playing for?
Well, I'm not too sure, really, but we've just signed Gavin Ensign, who's just turned 39.
Yeah.
So if I go off Gav's record, I got another 11 years in me. But I'm not too sure, especially on the wing as well, because you got all these youngsters coming through now. They're out-and-out athletes who just lift the weights, eating well, fast, strong machines, basically. So as long as I can, really, I'll just keep going. Just keep doing it as long as I can. And then as soon as I'm not playing regular, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But hopefully, I got a good few years left in me now. Where I'm playing now with West Wales Raiders, they going pretty fast pace in the right direction. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm buzzing for this season.
Cool.
It's really, really exciting year to be a part of the Raiders.
Do you think, like, you mentioned about athletes, like kids coming through now who are like just out and out beasts? Like, it's mad, isn't it? I went to start going to the gym when I was like 16, but then, like, by the time I was 21, I was seeing like the kids who were 16 then. And I'm just looking at them like, fucking hell, I've never seen like the shape on it. It's crazy, isn't it? Like,
yeah, it's the same on the rugby field. Like, we got a few youngsters with us now, and they're just animals. They're so keen in training. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to keep playing, I think. But
battling for your position, like,
yeah, it's good. It's keeps you on your toes, and you want to try and help them out so they learn off you as well.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Although, talking about 16-year-old, did you see the photo Eddie Hall put out the other day?
No,
of him at 16.
No.
You'll have to check it out, mate. I'll try and, like, get to this point. I'll put a photo up of it. It's unreal. Like, he's huge.
At 16, he was a big lad.
At 16, mate, yeah, he looks like Stone Cold. Like 16, yeah, it's fucking unreal. He's just, you would never look at him and think, fucking hell, that's a 16-year-old. He looks about 40, but he's got like a skinhead.
Yeah, mammoth of a man.
Yeah, absolute beast. Like, yeah, I used to love like the weightlifting. That used to be like my thing. I used to love watching people like him and try and get into it, but kind of phased off, especially since lockdown, because there's just nowhere to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I think that's another like struggle for people as well, and is they haven't got these releases they used to have, like you with your rugby and
that's another big point, especially like around South Wales. Rugby's quite popular sport, and a lot of people play rugby. I so relieved to be able to go and train. Feel lucky about that, and just hope that all these rugby clubs, sports clubs, gyms, they can just get back to normal as soon as possible now, because a lot of people need it.
I don't want to be like the person who's like, the government should be opening up. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm trying to stay away from all that, but at the same time, I think like it's so good for people to do, isn't it? Like mentally, physically. Yeah. I feel like the people who are going to the gyms and training to better themselves, they're going to be able to combat whatever comes at them. They'll be in a lot healthier, stronger position.
Yeah, it's a sticky one, isn't it, at the moment? Because, like you said, if you're trying to get fitter, healthier, you're going to have a good immune system. You're going to be able to, fight off these illnesses or whatever a bit better. But for the mental side of things, I know a lot of people who play for the local rugby clubs. They need the rugby back in their life.
Yeah,
because it's so hard just going to work, coming home, eating food, showering, going to work, coming home. You
takes your little pleasures away, innit?
Yeah, you do need to have your little pleasures, basically.
Because just like for me, at the start of lockdown, I was like, right, I was training like a madman. Do you know what I mean? Just going at it flat out.
Yeah.
Like all the motivation in the sun, like, all right, it's only going to be a few months. We'll just hit it really hard now, like make the most of it. And as it drags on, I don't know, like I've just been like that. Like it's been a roller coaster. Yeah, it's been like, I wish I could keep that motivation. It was great for me at one point.
Yeah.
But as it was coming into the winter, it was like, ooh.
Don't fancy that one tonight.
Yeah, it just takes it out of you, doesn't it? And I see so many people now who are in the same position. Like, I feel like they were in such a good place, but it's just so hard to maintain that.
It. Yeah, the consistency.
Because it's like, where's the end? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to be able to set a goal, like, don't you? You need to have something to aim at.
Definitely, yeah.
Like, for a lot of people, it's like maybe their holiday in the summer, I'll get in shape for that. It's getting married, I'll get in shape for that.
Nobody knows, do they? Even now, like, the government might lift the restrictions, and then a couple of weeks later, they might impose the restrictions again. And I just hope that we can get through it now on the road to recovery as a nation, and hopefully get back to what we all love, and whatever that may be.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone's like an individual in it, and man, like, I can't wait. But I hope we don't close down again, because I feel like that's going to really be a big hit.
Yeah.
You know, like the first time was hard, the second time was hard, although I think there is a lot of people calling for it, mind. A lot of people do want it shut down, but I feel like the tables are turning to a degree. I don't think people can live like this forever, especially when...
It's not sustainable, is it?
No,
it's not.
Exactly, especially we're coming to a position where like the vulnerable are getting vaccines and everything.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you start lowering the percentages of people like me and you and people under the age of 50 or whatever, you know, it's just have it and let's go.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get back pretty soon. Well, not pretty soon, when the time is right, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that time.
But obviously you've got some news. I don't know if you want to share it.
Yeah, so I'm expecting a baby, absolutely beaming. Gabby and myself, we went for an early ultrasound, and they showed us 2 heartbeats. So we're having twins.
Mental, mate.
Oh, I can't get my head around it.
I can tell, like, just you saying that then, it was like...
It's like, I'm absolutely chuffed to bits.
Yeah.
Like, and seeing Gabby now, she's having all her morning sickness, and she's a warrior, fair play to her, and
Two, mate, how are you going to cope with 2, like?
I got no idea, but I can't wait for the journey.
Yeah, it'd be mad, wouldn't it? be like the making of you, innit? And
yeah, definitely.
it's probably like come at the perfect time. You obviously surrounding yourself with like positivity and stuff now.
It's been a mad 12 months really, because we bought our first house just over a year ago, and then we got engaged, and now we got fucking twins on the go. So it's been a pretty rapid year, but I couldn't be happier. Yeah, really chuffed. I can't wait, to be honest. Yeah.
Oh, I'd be mad, mate. It'd be mad. Like, that'll be your training now for your rugby. You'll be out with a twin stroller, mate.
Oh, tell me about it. Sleepless nights, but yeah, let's have it.
Yeah, one of my mates had twins 2 years ago now, and okay, I didn't know how he was going to cope, but he did. So you just do, I think, don't you?
You find a way, definitely. And we didn't even contemplate twins at all. So when she told us, it was just a mad shock.
Yeah.
But, yeah, beautiful sight, beautiful moment. Something I'll never forget. So
yeah, I've been through a similar thing. Obviously not twins, but Soph's pregnant as well. So
awesome. Yeah,
July she's due, so that'll come around quick now.
You excited?
Yeah, mate, excited. Yeah, to be honest
times.
with you, like we kind of wanted it kid for like a couple of years now.
Yeah.
But we were waiting to get married, sort of thing. Like kind of go down the traditional route, but that kind of went to shit last year.
Yeah.
But we actually got married a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I did see that. Man, so congratulations.
Yeah,
on
cheers,
that.
mate. So that was pretty mad. Like 2 guests we were allowed. It was.
Was it?
Yeah, it was proper strict.
Oh, bloody hell.
But we thought we're gonna have like a party next year and stuff. And
yeah, make up for it.
I think everyone will need one.
Yeah. Oh, awesome! Congratulations as well.
Yeah, cheers, mate. It's pretty mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it just changes so quick, don't it? And then you're like, fuck, I got to actually grow up now.
I know, yeah, there's no choice now, is there? I know, my missus is like, oh, you're going to have to sort yourself out, as in, like, because I'm spending all my hours, like, doing this, do you know what I mean? Which is, she don't, like, I'll carry on doing it, but you know what I mean?
It's tough to get a balance, isn't it?
It is, mate, yeah.
I found that working full-time, rugby, and tackle your thoughts, but I won't have it any other way, really. Probably not going to be able to do all 3 as much as I am now when we get the twins, but I'll give it a go. I'll do my best. Like
you said, you got these other lads who are helping you.
Oh, they're awesome.
Tackle your thoughts, so they're going to make the world a difference as well, and having that network around you.
Yeah, they already have, to be fair. They're the brains of this now, and yeah, I'm really chuffed they're involved, and they're all really keen. All there for the right reasons as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, buzzing to get going now and see where the whole journey goes, really.
So you've started a podcast as well.
Yeah, we're trying. We're going to give it a go. I'm not too confident on it because I'm just not very confident speaking. But I'll give it a go. The other lads, they're great for it. They're made for podcasts. Sure, they'll carry me and help me out along the way.
Thing is, though, mate, for you as well, for personal growth, if you feel like that, like for me, when I first did this, I was a bumbling, stumbling mess. I still am, like most of the time.
Nah, you're
but
great.
you just
really good.
You just get used to it. Do you know what I mean? It just becomes like second nature, and like I kind of forget like that's all there now.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And just trying to concentrate and live in the moment. It's like
engage.
the hardest thing to do in life, and it is live in the moment. Like
100%. You're either thinking about what's happened, what's going to happen. Very rarely are you thinking about right now and actually living in the moment.
Thinking about all the outcomes, like you're about to go do something, you're thinking about like, oh, what if I say something stupid? What if I do this? What if I do that?
Yeah.
And it's like
I was doing it on the journey up here. I was like, oh, fuck, I know I'm going to mess up. But yeah, just got to go with the flow. Like you said, put yourself out there and just try and grow and get better, really.
What I take as well, you know, like if I see someone mess up, and then they just get back on, go ahead, I'm like, that's human as fuck.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. I've done a few today.
Yeah, well, that's fine though, isn't it? Like I think like that's just so normal. Do you know what I mean? People aren't going to relate to you if you're like a robot or like you're like a news presenter or something, and you're like, so today, that just, no, that's fake, like, isn't it? You want to have someone who's just talking real. That's what it's all about. Experience real is like
exactly.
And like with your podcast, like it's just. You'll just get in the swing of it, mate, I reckon. I
hope so. I hope I pick up some confidence to do it and get in the mix a bit more, because it's a good thing. What you're doing has impacted so many more people than you think.
Cheers, mate.
You really give me a kick up the arse when I stumble across your podcast. Because then I came across Matthew Creel and Tidy Butt, Bulldog Mentality. So I reached out to them. They've been awesome.
Yeah.
And really, really just made me think, fuck it, go for it. Why not?
Yeah. It's breaking down them barriers of like, was one of the things you were scared of, like what people would think? Was that a big part?
Yeah, to a degree. Also, I'm not very confident on my brain, so I was like, what if I just make a mess of it after a month or so? But yeah, just go for it, innit?
Go for it.
Yeah, just why not? Go for it. If you can help somebody, do it.
Yeah, you can't like lay the pressure on yourself either of like, I got to be perfect.
Yeah,
because no one is like, no one
exactly.
is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've come in here, I've said some horrific things, and that's just part of it, isn't it? Yeah. But I think, mate, it's great having like Bulldog and Matthew Creel, like we still speak on a regular basis.
Awesome.
And I'm sure I will with you.
Yeah.
And it's good to have like them group of people, like we were saying, like my social media now when I open it up is usually something positive, and to have these people to feed off of and to talk to each other and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Everyone's feeling shit at some point, aren't they? And like, I guarantee you'll feel like, I've had it, I feel like, is what I'm doing working? Yeah. Is it making any impact? And then like you come in here and saying, that's great. Like that does give me that bit of a boost. And
yeah, 100%. Don't stop what you're doing, because it really is awesome. And a lot of people view it, and a lot of people view a lot of things but don't like or comment or engage, but they take note, which is important to know.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've had some...
I'm so glad I came across your podcast.
Cheers, mate.
I do honestly love them, because like you said, they're relatable, they're real, they're normal people, they're down-to-earth people who are just genuinely good people.
Yeah, and they
want to help people.
That's what it's all about, isn't it? Yeah. It's all about building that community, isn't it? And,
definitely.
And like, I love getting like the people in, especially like, this is what I don't want to ever move away from, is having people on who are trying to help other people and doing it for the right reasons and stuff. I don't want to move down the thing of like, don't be wrong. So I love having like athletes in and like people who are actors and stuff, because I feel like everyone's got their own story, haven't they? But I also don't want to move away from like the really crucial thing of like trying to tell a story that helps people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't want it to become like a joke or a laugh, like not a joke or a laugh. Like I'm all up for that.
I know what you're saying. Yeah. Because you want to have a good crack while you're doing it.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want it to have no meaning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's got to, like, for me.
100%.
I don't want to like. I don't know what I'm trying to get at really, but there is like some podcasts which I watch and I'm like, that didn't like it's just a laugh and a joke, or it's a piss take, and I enjoy them sorts of things as well, but I don't want this to be that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. What you're doing is awesome, and like you said, spread so much positivity. It opens up a lot of positivity, really, because like you said, when you go back to social media, when you scroll, 'cause everybody scrolls in the night, they're on their social media, and since I've started Tackle Your Thoughts, my newsfeed it's so nice, because like you said, you're always going to come across that one page, that one person who's going to give you that good vibe that you need to see. Whereas on my on my normal profile, which is still there, but I hardly ever use it anymore. I just get nothing from it. But
I'm the same, mate. I'm exactly the same. I go on it, I'm like, oh my God, like, if anything, it like kind of makes you feel down, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm like, why am I just being nosy, basically? And then when you're going through your experience, real social media, you're gonna get all this positivity, and it just gives you that a good vibe.
Yeah, it's also like, I think, kind of when you have people in and you talk to them, like you'll do with your podcast and stuff, you kind of realize like what's possible as well, innit? Because I always like pigeonholed myself to like, I'm just gonna have a job, that's gonna be it. Like I'm never gonna add any value. Like you were saying, like with your job, it's kind of no satisfaction with it. And like I just got to the point where I just can't keep like in this cycle. If this is the next 40 years, like I don't want it to be the case. I need to make a change.
Quite a while before we can retire.
Exactly, mate. And then what am I going to do? Like, innit? Exactly. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell. I'm going to do this for my whole life. Do something. I quite enjoy my job to a degree, but like it's not 100% who I am.
Yeah, that same situation. Yeah.
So yeah, it's great, mate. And I think I can't wait to listen to the first one. When's it out?
We don't know yet. We've literally only just bought all the gear. So we had a little play about with it the other day. That's what that snippet was from. But we're gonna sit down when we can and do an actual podcast, basically.
Yeah.
So maybe a few weeks, but we're not too sure. We're just gonna, hopefully get a date and just go with the flow, really. So it'd be awesome if you come down as well.
Yeah, mate, I'm up for it. Yeah, it'd be a laugh, wouldn't it?
Foot, yeah.
I'll come down. Yeah,
Awesome.
You can question me and put me on the spot. Like I have actually done one.
Have you?
Yeah.
How did you find it?
Oh, mate, it was horrible. Like,
Yeah.
it was strange. Like, but it hasn't actually ever gone out. To be honest with you, it was. He still got it recorded, but I think I actually recorded it with all my stuff. It was for Kieran Geffen. Do you know him?
No, I'm
He's
not
like
familiar.
a pro boxer from Abergavenny.
Oh, awesome.
He's starting a podcast, but I think he's doing it as a bit of a series. I was going to be the first one, but we set it all up, and because I took all my stuff elsewhere, the sound just, I don't know what happened, but I don't know if he's going to put it out or not, mine, so I can't slag it off too much. But yeah, no, it was enjoyable, and it kind of tests you as well, doesn't it, about you know, everything, and makes you think about yourself a bit deeper than you usually would, because I don't tend to do that either.
Like you said, you go back to being in the moment, and you have a breather, you stop, you're not 100 mile an hour, and you actually think about what's actually going on, which is good.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I think as well, it's the way to go. Like, there's a lot of people doing podcasts and stuff, and I think, like you said, there's always room for more in there, because you're going to relate to different people.
Yeah, if you're spreading positive vibes, if you've got a good meaning, good purpose, all for it. Like, the more the better, and just do it and enjoy it as well. And that's the key, because that's 100% the key.
I got into like a stage for a few weeks. I was like, oh man, the numbers aren't doing what I was thinking they were going to do, and worrying about all that. And it was like, what does that even matter?
Yeah,
like it doesn't mean anything, because if one person, like you said, it helps one person, then it's worth doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's worth doing, like, a bit of time for me. It's helping me as well. Do you know what I mean? Selfishly, it's helping me. Like, so, and I'm getting so much from sitting across from people like yourself who've got a story to tell, and you take something from everyone, like, I think.
Yeah. It's funny you say you weren't happy with the numbers at one point. I had a similar thing as well. I was like, oh, nobody's liking my Tackle Your Thoughts page. And then, like, a day later, I was like, what the fuck was I thinking that for? Like, why do I care about how many followers the page has or any of that bullshit, really? I just want that one person to be following or in the community that's actually going to gain from it.
Yeah.
And then it's all worth a while then, isn't it?
Well, like, say, for instance, like, I haven't got 1,000, but say, for instance, you've got 1,000 followers or whatever. Like, when you really break it down, 1,000 people, like, you put them 1,000 people into, like, a room, and they're, like, there's your followers in that room. That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, innit? Do you know what I mean? Who's getting impacted by what you're doing, but we get, like, caught up in the fact that so-and-so's got 30, so they mean more than me.
Yeah.
But, like, fucking hell, like, do we really...
Yeah,
like,
is it relevant?
Is it relevant? Is it helping? Like, maybe it's a laugh and stuff. So, that does help, a bit of comedy and stuff. But
I got to be fair, a few lads from Caerphilly, they set up that 4x4x48 challenge.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. Awesome.
Yeah, so locally, the last week, like, so many more people have become aware of Tackle Your Thoughts because of these lads that done this challenge, because they run it for Mind and Tackle Your Thoughts.
Yeah.
Which was, that was another big... just really nice moment, because they'd set it up, they'd planned it, and then they asked if they could do it for Tackle Your Thoughts, and I didn't have a clue that they were going to do that, and I didn't even know they were following the page, and just to hear that, I was like, fucking hell, that's really nice of them. And then as soon as they started putting it out on social media, a load of other boys that we know from all different groups, they all wanted to be involved, and in the end, I think it was like 25 runners.
Mad.
Yeah, so they all done that 4x4x48, and yeah, fair play to them. And Ben Davis was who set it all up. Was really grateful for him even thinking about Tackle Your Thoughts, and hopefully now the local community in Caerphilly, where I'm from, will be a lot more aware of tackle your thoughts and the message that mental health matters.
Class, mate.
Yeah.
I watched a few like the videos and all they put out of them doing it, and they seem to be like a proper buzz about the whole thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, like they were all in their small groups, setting off similar routes. But one of the lads, he'd done it on his own 2 or 3 days before, and when they all completed it, they just said they got no idea how he'd done it on his own, because it was such a grueling task. I don't think I'd be able to complete it. I'd done 3 runs as a support runner with them, and I woke up, my legs were in bits the day after. So, yeah, really, really proud that they all done that, because it's a big ask.
It's a great achievement, yeah. But me and 2 of my mates did it in December.
Did you?
And
is it as bad? Was it a tough?
Yeah, it was pretty tough. Yeah, it's the waking up, man. That's the worst part. And dealing with the constant ache as well. That's a bit of a bitch.
Yeah, fair play to you for doing that, because that's a hell of an effort. Fair play.
Yeah, it's a weird one, because I put on weight again now, but I'd lost a bit of weight then. I'd done a 50 miler in a day a couple of months before.
Bloody hell.
So me and my cousin did it. I think, not don't me wrong, the speed was really slow. Do you know what I mean? It was
but you've done it
13 hours or something. But that didn't actually feel too bad after that. But it was just the sleep, because you're waking up at 2 o'clock and it's pissing down with rain or whatever, and you're like, oh my god, I got to go out there again. But I think fair play to all them boys, because it's just grim. Do you know what I mean? Where do they all sleep? Do they all go home and then meet up?
They'd go home, have their food, shower, sleep on the sofa or whatever they were doing, and then they would go back and around the castle, meet up, do their run, go home, come back. It was so cool to see, just so many different groups of lads coming together. Yeah, and all for a great cause. And honestly, it was such a proud feeling, and really taken back by it. I was.
It makes it fun as well, doesn't it, doing it with that amount of people? Do you know what I mean? I bet they had a laugh doing it.
They had a wicked time. On their last run then, they all come down by Caerphilly Castle. One of them had the music going, and
Is there a strobe light involved and stuff as well? I think I've seen...
Yeah, they were all literally partying on the home straight, and their smiles and their efforts was just awesome to see.
I think doing something like that as well, it makes you realise how much you leave on the table normally, innit?
Yeah. I can't even imagine putting myself through it, to be honest.
I think you've got to do it, to be honest.
Don't do that to me, but
calling you out
I don't know. That's a tough challenge. That sleep deprivation.
That's the worst bit. Yeah. I think Matthew Creel's doing something soon. I think he's doing 7 miles every 4 hours for... I don't know. I think it's 10 rounds they're doing anyway, so I think it works out 70 miles.
Yeah, that's brutal.
That's brutal, yeah. It's it's that distance, you just don't know what your body's going to do. Many of them boys injure themselves.
Yeah, a couple of them literally dragged themselves round, and not one of them caved in.
Class.
Every one of them that started it, they all completed it. It was some big boys, eh? I don't know how they got through it, but fair play to them. Serious mental resilience and legends.
Yeah. Oh, mate, I enjoyed it. I popped on there earlier, like I said, and I seen strobe light going and everything. It's just class to see, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it was really good.
I think it kind of shows you as well, doesn't it? You don't have to meet up and go out drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
The same. I don't know about you, but this has kind of showed me, I've gone out and met my mates, we've gone for walks up the mountain and stuff. It's you can have that laugh with the boys.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be out in the pub and putting yourself in situations you don't want to be in. And
100%. From what they've all said, their buzz completing that challenge, some of them have said that's the most proud, hardest thing they've ever done in their life.
Yeah.
And to hear that, it's fair play. Go on, lads.
Yeah. I bet it'll change some of their lives.
Could do.
Just showing them what they're capable of.
They probably had no idea they could get through it, and they did. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think until we're put to the test, you don't really know what you're made of, do you?
Yeah, exactly.
Have you got anything you want to say before you go? Got a final message?
Nah, just thank you for having me on. Big fan, and really, really chuffed to have the confidence and courage to come on and do it. But just thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you for coming on, mate. I appreciate it. It's good to hear your story and get it out there. I think you're going to help a lot of people with the Tackle Your Thoughts. Talking about your gambling addiction is bound to be millions of people and find themselves in that position. So I think it's great for them to hear, and follow Tackle Your Thoughts and check him out and check your podcast out as well when it comes out. And
awesome.
All the best for you and your family.
Thank you very much.
Take
Appreciate it, and you.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Experience Real Podcast.